So when people want to do a curation, they usually come in and get a consultation first. We talk about what piercings they have and what they might want later. And then I try to get a vibe for, the colors of the stones that they're into and things like that. Most of the time, I don't really do a full curation. Most of the time, I kind of do piercing by piercing because, you know what I mean? It's more affordable for people to do something one at a time like that. But every once in a while, someone will come in and get a whole new revamp all at once. And sometimes it's very impulsive and they're using a lot of the jewelry that we already have on stock. But sometimes it's more thought out, and custom jewelry orders and things like that totally happen a lot of the time. But we do try to keep a pretty well-rounded full stock of jewelry, because seeing jewelry in person makes it so much more desirable. It's hard to want it as much on the other side of a computer screen. So as far as like balance and symmetry goes with ear curation, I feel like most people want to be very symmetrical with their lobes, but then with the rest of the ear, it's more about just having about as much jewelry on each side and not having spaces on the ears that feel empty. With jewelry, depending on what people have already, or what they might want later, sometimes, you want a stone or a cluster of stones to be very framed by the ridge of an ear, or sometimes you want hoops but you want to make sure that they're particularly fitted, or things like that. But honestly, it's less about what I think and more about what the clients want. I try to give them the best version of what they're envisioning. So sometimes we can achieve more balance from styling existing piercings differently. Maybe you want higher profile, flashier colors to kind of draw attention more to different spots. But sometimes it's all the way empty and we need to make a new piercing to kind of really get it. I try to let people know that they can get a different look without having to start a whole new heel from scratch. But sometimes we have to, and sometimes we would rather, it just kind of depends. Sometimes we just want more all the way. Depending on what people want in their aesthetic, a lot of people do want jewelry to be very matching as far as stone colors, but they don't want it to be exactly matching. They don't want to have a bunch of, repetitive jewelry, and it just seems there's something missing when it's all the same piece over and over again. Maybe you like a certain color stone and you like it in yellow gold. You can have all the same stone, but have maybe different cuts of the same stone. Or maybe you can have just completely no stones at all, and you have very smooth finishes and then hammered textures, and then different shapes and textures as design characteristics can make a huge difference.